So I got some really, I guess you could say disappointing news. We've been working with my friend, Father Jason Sharon, who's a Ukrainian Catholic priest, on trying to help these 22 kids to the United States. And one of them is going to be sent to Lithuania with some things, and they're all in this orphanage and in the capital city of Ukraine. And so last Friday, he left to try to go save these kids and bring them to the United States. And so it's been an amazing journey and really exhausting, especially for him. He's been there for, it was like 5 days in a row without basically stopping. And they were able to get these kids out of the capital. They were able to get them to the border and finally get outside of Ukraine. And now they're in the Czech Republic. And so he tried to get the paperwork together to bring the kids here. And as we were getting close to getting the kids on, getting them close to getting them here, the supervisor for the orphanage said the kids aren't allowed to leave Europe, and just hit us all like a lead block. You know, it's like, ugh. And I have a cousin who told me, but you've already done the most important thing. You got these kids into safety. But to be honest, more people wanted to adopt these kids, and now, well, we'll see what happens. But it was like, it hit us hard today. Just before Mass to find that news that these dear kids are going to be stuck somewhere in the Czech Republic, and who knows what's going to happen in a system that they're in right now. Like, this was an opportunity for them to get out of Ukraine and find maybe a good home, right? And so it's like all the hard work that Father Jason and this guy Alan did saved the lives of these kids, which is worth everything. But then there's that extra that you're hoping that they could be flown back to Pittsburgh and we could find them homes and feed them and take care of them and stuff. And it's interesting because Jesus is asked by Peter, what do we get in return for giving up our life to follow you? And you can almost imagine Peter going up to Jesus as if this was some transaction of an employee with his employer, hey, I want $91,000 more for a program that I need to do. It's like, who are you to be asking Jesus for what you deserve? He's saying whoever gives up gets all this plus even more. But the kicker to it all is the P word, persecution. It's like, great, you get all these people, more than you could possibly imagine, but sewn in between every one of them is the cross. And that's what we're going to be celebrating starting tomorrow. The 40-day adventure of Lent is just being able to kind of allow and experience, knowing that if we follow him, we tend to give up things, and whatever we end up giving up, we get in return by God's grace. It's usually wrapped in persecution. And so as I see Father Jason, who is able to be able to receive 21 new kids, so to speak, by giving them a new life, the persecution or the suffering of not being able to bring them completely here. And you start to see that it's God's timing. It's his plan. And it's not always our rationalization and our plans. So let us pray that this Lent, we too can maybe look into the sufferings of our own daily life, give those over to God, and know that that's part of the way in which the pedagogy and the mystery that Jesus leads us to.